All right. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I think we are waiting to see if Rebecca Dow is going to be able to make it today. Um, is has anybody been able to confirm yet if she's on or not? I just need to know if I need to introduce her yet.
Give me 1 minute.
Okay. All right, I guess I'll start in case she does come in. I'll start by just introducing her in a little bit. Rebecca Dow has been a New Mexico State Representative for District 38 since 2017. Her district covers Sierra, Grant, and Hidalgo counties. Um, Rebecca is the founder of Apple Tree Education Center, one of Sierra's county's largest private employers, and co-owns Dow Technology with her husband. Rebecca has served on various commissions, councils, and task force for Democrats and Republican governors, including Susana Martinez Business Friendly Task Force, CYFD and HHS transition teams, and currently serves as the Early Learning Advisory Council. Rebecca is the recipient of a 2008 Governor's Award for Outstanding New Mexico Women and was a state representative for the state of New Mexico on the National Early Childhood Education Consortium. She was actively involved in the legislation, working with legislators and various associations to draft and pass multiple bills, memorials impacting District 38, and is a recipient of the 2019 New Mexico First Spirit of Bipartisanship Award. Um, Representative Dow has been a strong supporter of New Mexico Main Street programs, and especially the ones located in her district, Main Street Tier C and Silver City. And we look forward to hearing her perspective as a legislator and on successful collaboration with her local Main Street programs. So that is Rebecca Dow. Let's see.
Hey, sorry, Lucas, just got a message from Linda saying that unfortunately Rebecca Dow is stuck in a judiciary presenting a bill on fair redistricting. So gosh, she's at work doing her job.
Okay, all right. So I'll just go ahead and give my last few comments to kind of wrap things up here. So I just want to say that it was great to see everyone. It has been great to get together, even if it's on a digital platform like this. I, for one, really appreciate these moments. We get to come together and celebrate all our successes together, and even especially during these times. It is great to learn from our wonderful speakers, some great lessons learned. And for me, it was refreshing to see that the challenges we face here in New Mexico, that we were not alone in those, and that a lot of the things that we've been trying and working on has been working in other places as well. So that was really gratifying to hear and see that our innovation is really sort of top notch here, I think. And also, so I wanted to just highlight some successes we had over the year and past few years that reflect the importance of our work. Can we go to the next slide? There we go. So over the past 7 years, we have generated over 60 million in reinvestment in our Main Street communities. That all happens because of the groundwork you all do, from the small projects that, to, like events and little pop-up kinds of events to big major infrastructure projects. All that work goes towards bringing in more investment into your communities. And this year for us, it was gratifying to see that we had one of the best years in terms of reinvestment statistics. And it was all due to our work in our communities. And we could see clearly when we plan and do these public infrastructure projects and hold these meaningful events that bring people to our downtowns, that they make a huge impact. And we want to thank you for that work that you guys all do. Can we go to the next slide? So you guys know about all our ongoing webinars for the public and also our weekly roundtable discussions. We'll be continuing to hold those. Next slide. And I really wanted to highlight what we did with our NMRA, New Mexico Resiliency Alliance grants. With just $50,000 that we dispersed from the New Mexico Resiliency Alliance, you guys were able to match it with more than $290,000 in cash matching funds. And we were also able to match that from our side with over 15,000 in New Mexico Main Street technical assistance. Next slide. So here are some of the highlights that you guys all did. I won't really go into the details of these, but you guys know what you guys have been up to. And these projects have been big impacts on your communities. I want to say that you guys really did a lot for your small businesses, and in this very, very hard time for small businesses, and in a time where we don't really have a lot that's out there to help them, you guys did all that you could to really help them. So we really want to thank you for that. And then in terms of sort of next steps, the way we are thinking about things moving forward is that we are preparing for the recovery from the COVID-19 crisis. And from what we've been hearing today, I think, and from what we know, that people are going to come out of this a little different. People's customers, your community's needs may have changed, their preferences for shopping may have changed, and how people engage in the spaces in your community, in your downtown has changed. So I really want you guys to really think about how public infrastructure fits into that, what kind of policies you may need to work on to keep supporting your small businesses downtown. We know that now we have lots of proven solutions to what's been going on. And I encourage you to speak to people in your city and in your county governments. Talk to them about what has worked and how you can keep these things going and how they may look into the future. Starting these conversations now may help lower the barriers for when you really want to push forward a meaningful policy to allow more street seating on the street and more events on the street, or using parking spaces for different kinds of activities. So talk to your different departments, and not only just at your economic development departments, but your planning departments, public works, whoever you need to speak to, and really show them how much it's meant, these solutions that you guys have come up with, and how you see these proven solutions can work in the future. Um, so I also want to kind of leave you guys with some things to think about as we move forward. So think about, where are the opportunities to use these public spaces? How can it be flexible? Um, how can you show that your downtown is fighting to come back and is willing to do and invest in it? How can you bring, I think one of the biggest things we can do is bring the community back together. We've all been home, isolated in our own little spaces. One of the things you guys can all do, and I know you guys are great at this, is just talking to people and finding out what people are willing to work on together, seeing what can be shared as a goal for the downtown district and what you need to start working on right away. Think about what people need to do. I know I've gained some weight during this COVID crisis. I'm sure a lot of people did. And I think there's gonna be a lot of people who may not have thought of exercising before, but now maybe need to go out and do some running, do some walking. And maybe there's some events that you can get as soon as things open up and they're safe again. And you can get people downtown and start getting them to think, well, downtown is the place I can go, maybe do some yoga. Think about the kinds of businesses that you might be missing. You know, there's a lot of places that have shuttered up. Maybe a yoga studio may not have worked in the past, but maybe now it would, because people need a place to go and work out. And that could be a way to draw people downtown. Um, so also socializing, you know, figuring out all the different ways people want to hang out, get together, make their new friends or reconnect with their friends and their buddies, and make downtown the place for that to happen. Make them feel like their community has what they need to offer. They don't need to go to a mall, they can hang out with you guys downtown. You may also have people who have gone through this whole event and worked on new creative skills that they didn't have before in the past. People may have picked up painting, may have picked up other things. So you may even have a whole new group of creatives to now work with who may be interested in doing a downtown art walk or events that previously people weren't interested in. So these could all be businesses that you can attract to your downtown, and also events and activities that you can do in your downtown to bring people back. And please reach out to all of us. We've all been learning a lot through this whole process. So feel free to reach out to myself, especially when it comes to public infrastructure projects. We have a great case to make this year. We've done a lot in terms of public infrastructure investment in the communities, and they've paid back lots of dividends to the state and to these communities. So we want to keep that success going, and we want to show that New Mexico Main Street is the place to park some money for public infrastructure dollars. And if you need help, with all the different points, please reach out, keep working. And we really appreciate your time. And I hope you guys enjoyed our conference this year. So next thing is for us to have our happy hour and our trivia session. So I'll let Amy talk about it. I'm sure we'll probably do a little quick break, and then we'll move into the next section of our happy hour and fun. Thank you.
Oh yeah, thanks, Lucas. Great closing remarks and some good things to think about going forward. And we're sorry that it didn't work out for Representative Dow to join us, but I'm sure you've seen a little bit about all the great support that she's been providing to Main Street Truth or Consequences and to Silver City Main Street as well. She's been a great advocate for those programs and for the Main Street program in general. So maybe we can get her in here in the future for something else that we have going on to hear a little bit more from her. As a reminder for our Main Street Arts and Cultural District leaders, we're doing a Main Street Network little happy hour trivia quiz party Jeopardy knockoff over on the GoToMeeting platform. Jesse sent out a calendar invite for that at the beginning of the week. So we thought that would just be a fun way to be a little bit more personal in the way that we would normally be able to do together if we'd be having one of these conferences in person. So thank you so much, all of you. And thank you, Lucas, for that great wrap up. And I see Eduardo just made a note in the chat that we have some special announcements that we'll be talking about in the happy hour as well. So you will want to tune in for that. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. And thank you to all of our participants and attendees that are from outside our Main Street Network as well. We're glad that you were here with us and hopefully took something away from this that you could take back to your own communities or programs or partnerships with your Main Street programs. Thank you.